Hello, right, this is the Redline Proline that we did restoration on a few months ago. The story behind it is these were the first team bikes that we sold before we did Robinson's. This would have been, I'm thinking it was probably November 1980. We got them from Gecko Leisure. We also used to do Kuahara in the UK, used to be Pacer skateboards back in the day. Anyway, we bought about 5 frame of forks and we had our team riders on them. They were really cheap even for the time. You know, I think the frame of fork was about £70. Just the frame of fork set, because back then you didn't buy a frame and a fork separately. Always came together as a set. Anyway, about, I don't know, probably 3 years ago, one of the guys who had one of these frames, called Mark Scully, from Ashton Makerfield, he's moved over to Yorkshire now. He told me he still had the bike, and I'm like, no way, you know, we should do something with it. We should either, you know, buy it off you, or we'll restore it for you, or whatever. It shouldn't just be left languishing. Anyway, I heard no more about it until about a year ago, and he posted a picture on Facebook of it just basically burnt to a crisp. So that was a bit unfortunate, and he's like, yeah, sorry. I'm like, well, we can maybe still do something with it. So anyway, last Christmas he came over to his parents' house. Myself and Dave Arnold went over there and had a look, and it was just really a surreal situation. We were at his parents' house, and we were in the front drive with this like rusted up, burnt to pieces bike and parts all over the floor. I mean, the rear rim was all melted, and the whole family was out. It was just really surreal. Anyway, we got it off him, and then it had the frame re-powder coated. Using our powder coating service, one of the first that we did. Really pleased with the way that it came out. The stickers are still available from Redline, so that was easy enough to do. Unfortunately, it was one of the ones that we didn't have in stock, so I had to get it. If you notice, the stickers are technically a mix of 1980 and 1981. They're 81 fork stickers and 1980 for the rest of it, but that's how they came to us. So I'm guessing, you know, Redline in California at the time ran out of the old font for the fork and started putting these, you know, but these are, I've looked at the photographs and that's what we've got on there. We didn't manage to salvage anything else from the rest of the bike apart from the handlebar stem, and that's an original tough net without too much damage. John Lee managed to get this nut off for me and get it out of the steerer from the forks. That was all good, and he didn't exactly polish it, but he gave it a new original silver fillet finish, which isn't too over polished, which came out really nice. John also took the seat post out for me. John Lee also does a service for this now if anyone's interested. It's called the seatpostman.co.uk. He's on Facebook as well now, and he can get carbon fibre seat posts out and everything. Just don't know how he does it, but he does, and it's an amazing job. So going on to the rest of the parts of the bike, I already had the wheels and considered, apparently there's some guy he's got a jig for Araya rims and he can batter them back into shape, but I just found these on eBay, and they're Araya 7Cs, and they've been re-anodized with new hubs and spokes and everything, and they weren't too expensive, so I just bought those just to make the job easier. We bought the Maxi-Cross cranks used. This is what we used on the bikes back in the day. So the spec is exactly the same as it was either this or Suntour VX. I think these are 170s, of course we use 175, but yeah. 44 tooth chainring. These are ALANSBMX pedals. You can still get these in silver in the UK, but we asked MKSC if we could get coloured ones, and we have actually got coloured ones. We're the only place in the UK that have them. They're about 28 quid, 30 quid or something. Red, blue, gold, black, silver and copper, I think. Just a nice Izumi chain, which is what we used back in the day too. These tyres have actually had in my garage the whole time. I know they're a little bit dirty now. I rode this bike at John Lee's pump track back in summer, and probably not suitable for use on a track anymore, shall we say. But I really like the look of these. We either used these or we used Cycle Pro Mongoose snake bellies. especially for indoor. You know, those pictures of us racing the Bellevue indoor, we were using the snake bellies there and they were good for that. But I really like this all black look without the skin wall on the tyres. So that was good. Other stuff, Paul Atherton's nav fixed me up with the bars. They're just some Win Kasuki V-bars. Same with the double bent lever. We had these in stock up until like 2 years ago, and then I guess we run out. The grips are Amy cams. You can still buy these. We still sell them here. The number plate replica was done in the States for me. I still need to finish off the stickers to make an exact replica. Seat post was cheap off eBay. Seat clamp tough neck copy was cheap. The seat wasn't cheap, you know about these things, but we needed to have it to finish the bike. We didn't have Cash and Max. We definitely used these Alinas. Brake cable, I think, is a new one. We had dia-compe make these for us now, so that's what that is. In fact, it might not be. Yeah, it's not even a dia-compe cable, that. And the rear caliper, again, Paul Atherton helped me out. He found an 890 caliper with the correct date on it in the States. And the day it arrived, I was looking for something else and picked up a box and found this underneath it. So I've now got two. So if you need an early 890 or a 1020 caliper, I've got a spare one. Oh, and the pads. There's a guy making these. I don't even know who he is. Super pleased with them. And of course, a pad and number plates are the things that really finish off the bike and, you know, make the attention to detail. So I was really pleased with these. And again, we've used the new font, which is the one that we use on the bikes, and we had them new. So yeah, it's just an example of Tandem X2 headset. We still do these. So yeah, it's good. I'm really pleased with it. Bike rides really well. It's got a 5-inch head tube and it's got a longer top tube because it was a Stu Thompson thing. So yeah, it is actually a really nice bike to ride. So again, apart from the history and everything, and thanks to Mark Scully for letting us have the frame and get it finished up after all. But if you wanted something like this doing, whether it was, you know, you supplied some parts, or you've got all the stuff and you just want it assembling, or you wanted it finished and powder coated, just let us know and we'll get that done for you.